Hey guys, I started this a few minutes ago and forgot to hit record. So now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to repeat some of the stuff I said. Uh, I meet a lot of people on Lineable every week, every month. I decided today I would pick one person that I have recently met and talk about him. Uh, I'm just talking about him from what few notes I took when I met him for a few minutes on Lineable, and also notes from what I can dig up about him on the internet. So we're not getting, you know, we're not getting him. Uh, and that's in part because I've started charging for my show. And I think a lot of people are going to just say, even though even though everybody charges for their show, everybody charges for their products. Uh, People pick up on something about me such that they think that it's okay to not pay for my products. I Now this, of course, has become more about me than it is about him, but get some of this off my chest. Uh, I'm 74 years old. I'm really amazed that at 74, I'm still apologizing to the public for having any charge or any fee for my products. I'm the only human I know who is doing such a ridiculous thing. And yet, my background has been so viciously traumatic. I was hit with a baseball bat at age 2 by a family member, almost killed. At age 4, I was thrown down the stairs of a 2-story house with my brother, who was 7. Again, almost killed. Uh, I won't say constant abuse, but certainly very, very frequent abuse throughout my childhood, verbal and physical and otherwise. A lot of it was verbal in between the attempted killings. Then at age 20 or so, I was raped and almost murdered. Kind of get the idea. Lots of trauma. So, and our stepmother used to tell us, well, kids know that you're never going to amount to anything, right? So that rather than just brushing that off the way I think my brothers and sisters did, that really did embed itself in me. I've been apologizing for my existence for, well, I want to jokingly say more years than I even been around, but you get the idea. Spent most of my life giving to others in some way, volunteering, all kinds of stuff like that. I've always been poor financially, so did work at Stanford for a while, but it was a blue collar job with a very blue collar salary. Most people don't know this, but Stanford does not pay its blue collar people very well. You would think they would, and they'd like the public to think they do because they're really obsessed with their own image. But Truth is, they don't. They just pay us a very average, slightly below average amount, in my opinion. So, uh, so because I've recently started charging a tiny, tiny amount for my show, and I'm gonna, well, I have in the past researched what the big dogs in advertising and marketing charge. And I'm going to do that research again because people, every new generation thinks you have to redo all the research. But yeah, in fact, I went to one of the AIs and I said, give me the name, the name of a random marketing agency in the United States. Random. So I didn't have any way to hopefully to trick the system. And I might have even said in the United States or Canada, even though I got one. I got one. This was like 3 weeks ago already. And ah, for years, I used to price video on behalf of tech startups. They needed some video. They would have me do the pricing. So I sent this lady, Dawn, at whatever agency it was, a simple, very simple email saying, give me a price for a 8 to 10 minute interview with no frills. Need social media posting, but the social media posting could be done in a couple of weeks. And then the other request was give me a price on a 3 to 5 minute talking head video where the social media posting needs to be done 8 or 9 hours after the video. And I don't think I've heard back. Now, yesterday I did erase a lot of emails because I had like 36,000 and I was using 400 gigs of my 2,000 gig memory at Google. So I started cutting back. So there is a possibility that I just erased it, but I'll go back and check and of course do more of those because they're pretty easy to do. You just say to Chat G or Gemini or somebody, give me the name of one random advertising agency in the United States and give me the contact info. And then send them the email with the request of an estimate. So I should be able to get a few of those without, I would think, without too much trouble and without me again tricking the system by only asking the largest, most expensive agencies, etc. So I may go back and do some of that now and then just oh try to report it back to you guys. I'm making this on the 28th of August, 2025 at 7:14 a.m. There's no alignable Smart Connect meetings until 9. And I missed the one at 6. So I know I've got a lot of individual people to follow up with here too, but these videos will help me and you. So I'll go ahead and start processing. Oh, God Almighty. I'll start processing this. Of course, now I'm not gonna mention any person's name. It's got to be do a better job by someone by not talking about myself, but just featuring them. That could happen later. Oh, I am yawning incessantly. I have no fucking idea. So anyway, all right. Well, we spent a few minutes on this. Now, these things I do nowadays on Zoom tend to get processed a lot later than the ones I do on Samsung's Galaxy feature on the phones. Those I can post almost immediately. These Zooms are, yeah, a little more elaborate, a little more of a pain in the ass, but they exist. So, all right, kids. Talk to you later. I love you all very much. Sorry again about the camera, but it's going to be that way for a long time, probably years. So you'll see some of the gorgeous drawings from the artist known as Shay Shay in the background, and she does sell reprints of those. So if you want a reprint, let me know. Later.